Well, good evening, everybody. This is Gloria Drummond. Jesus is the Answer Ministries. And as promised, this is the hour of glory. Sunday night. This is January the 15th of 2023. And we are going to get back into Job. So if you want to grab your Bibles, get ready. We're going to read chapter 7 and however far that I feel that I want to read or whatever. So, our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen and amen. And they all said amen. I pray that you've all had a blessed and happy Sunday today. And so first I'm going to read my devotional. I think I'm going to read my devotional. All right. This is for yesterday. I don't think I read yesterday's. So, all right. I was starting to get a little tired, and I thought I better get on here and do this now. Because you know how the old devil works to try to get us distracted and make us tired and sleepy and stuff. So, okay, January the 14th. This was for yesterday. Let me bless you with my grace and peace. Open your heart and mind to receive all that I have for you. Do not be ashamed of your emptiness. Instead, view it as the optimal condition for being filled with my peace, It is easy to touch up your outward appearance, to look as if you have it all. Oh, yeah, I guess I did read it. I can read it again. It is easy to touch up your outward appearance, to look as if you have it all together. Your attempts to look good can fool most people, but I see straight through you, into the depths of your being. There is no place for pretense in your relationship with me. Rejoice in the relief of being fully understood. Talk with me about your struggles and feelings of inadequacy. Little by little, I will transform your weaknesses into strengths. Remember that your relationship with me is saturated in grace. Therefore, nothing that you do or don't do can separate you from my peace. And the scriptures to this is 1 Samuel 16:7 and Romans 8:38 and 39. That's 1 Samuel 16:7 and Romans 8:38 and 39. All right, now the one for today. My face is shining upon you, beaming out peace that transcends understanding. You are surrounded by a sea of problems, but you are face to face with me, your peace. As long as you focus on me, you are safe. If you gaze too long at the myriad problems around you, you will sink under the weight of your burdens. When you start to sink, simply call out, "Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jesus." And I will lift you up. Lift you up. The closer you live to me, the safer you are. Circumstances around you are undulating, and there are treacherous-looking waves in the distance. Fix your eyes on me, the one who never changes. By the time those waves reach you, they will have shrunk to proportions of my design. Wow. I am always beside you, helping you face today's waves. The future is a phantom seeking to spook you. Laugh at the future. Stay close to me. Laugh at the future and stay close to me. And that's the scriptures to this is Philippians 4:7. Well, chapter 4, verses 4 through 7, because when you're in a fix, Philippians 4:6. Matthew chapter 14, verse 30, and Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. Chapter 12, verse 2. Okay, now let's get into Job. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Get into the meat and potatoes. Okay, I should have had my Bible out. I was going to get it out. Okay. Our sword. Our sword. Okay. Here we go. Job. Job chapter 7. Job chapter 7. This is the meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes. All right. Chapter 7. Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of an hireling? As a servant earnestly desireth the shadow, and as an hireling looketh for the reward of his work, so am I made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. When I lie down, I say, when shall I rise, and the night be gone? And I am full of tossings to and fro unto the dawning of the day. My flesh is clothed with worms and clods of dust. My skin is broken and become loathsome. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and are spent without hope. That's how Job felt. Oh, remember that my life is wind. Mine eyes shall no more see good. I have to put my head down. The eye of him that hath seen me shall see me no more. Thine eyes are upon me, and I am not. And the top of the page says, Job's anguished spirit. This is how he felt. This is how he felt. As the cloud is consumed and vanished away, so he that goeth down to the grave shall come up no more. He shall return no more to his house, neither shall his place know him any more. Therefore I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul. Am I a sea or a whale, that thou settest a watch over me? When I say, my bed shall comfort me, my couch shall ease my complaint. Then thou scarest me with dreams, and terrifiest me through visions, so that my soul chooseth strangling and death rather than my life. I loathe it. I would not live alway. Let me alone, for my days are vanity. My days are vanity. What is man that thou shouldest magnify him, and that thou shouldest set thine heart upon him, and that thou shouldest visit him every morning, and try him every moment, How long wilt thou not depart from me, nor let me alone till I swallow down my spittle? I have sinned. What shall I do unto thee, O thou preserver of men? Why hast thou set me as a mark against thee, so that I am a burden to myself? And why dost thou not pardon my transgression, and take away my iniquity? For now I shall sleep in the dust, and thou shalt seek me in the morning, but I shall not be. Chapter 8. These are really good, really good. Chapter 8. Then answered Bildad the Shuhite, How long wilt thou speak these things, and how long shall the words of thy mouth be like a strong wind? Doth God pervert judgment, or doth the Almighty pervert justice? If thy children have sinned against him, and he has cast them away for their transgression, if thou wouldest seek unto God betimes, and make thy supplication to the Almighty, if thou wert pure and upright, surely now he would awake for thee, and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Though thy beginning was small, yet the latter end should greatly increase. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare myself to the search of their fathers. For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart? 11. Can the rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? Whilst it is yet in his greenness, and not cut down, it withereth before any other herb. So are the paths of all that forget God, and the hypocrite's hope shall perish. The hypocrite's hope shall perish. Whose hope shall be cut off, and whose trust shall be a spider's web? He shall lean upon his house, but it shall not stand. He shall hold it fast, but it shall not endure. He is green but the sun, and his branch shooteth forth in his garden. See, this is all about Job's anguished spirit. I gotta get ready to turn the page. "17. His roots are wrapped about the heap, and seeth the places of stones. If he destroy him from his place, then it shall deny him, saying, I have not seen thee. Behold, this is the joy of his way, and out of the earth shall others grow. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers, till he fill thy mouth with laughing, and thy lips with rejoicing. 22. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught. The dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught." All right. Chapter 9. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with God? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him 1 of 1,000. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength. Who hath hardened himself against him, and hath prospered? Which removes the mountains, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger, which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble, which commandeth the sun, and it riseth not, and sealeth up the stars, which alone spreadeth out the heavens, and treadeth upon the waves of the sea, which maketh Arcturus, Ormon, and Pleiades, and the chambers of the south, which doeth great things past finding out, yea, and wonders without number. I know I'm probably butchering these names, but I can't help it. 11. Lo, he goeth by me, and I see him not. He passeth on also, but I perceive him not. Behold, he taketh away. Who can hinder him? Who will say unto him, What doest thou? The top of the page says, a perfect man. If God will not withdraw his anger, the proud helpers do stoop under him. How much less shall I answer him, and choose out my words to reason with him? Whom though I were righteous, yet would I not answer, but I would make supplication to my judge. If I had called, and he had answered me, yet would I not believe that he had hearkened unto my voice? For he breaketh me with a tempest, and multiplieth my wounds without cause. He will not suffer me to take my breath, but filled me with bitterness. If I speak of strength, lo, he is strong, and if of judgment, who shall set me a time to plead? If I justify myself, mine own mouth shall condemn me. If I say I am perfect, it shall also prove me perverse. Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul. I would despise my life. This is one thing, therefore I said it, he destroyeth the perfect and the wicked. Verse 23. If the if the scourge slay suddenly, he will laugh at the trial of the innocent. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges, therefore. If not, where and who is he? Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away, they see no good. They see no good. They are passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle that hasteth to the prey. If I say, I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort myself. The top of the page says, God's superiority. I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou wilt not hold me innocent. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain? If I wash myself with snow, water, and make my hands never so clean, yet shalt thou plunge me in the ditch, and mine own clothes shall abhor me. For he is not a man as I am, that I should answer him, and we should come together in judgment. Neither is there any daysman betwixt us, that might lay his hand upon us both. Let him take his rod away from me, and let not his fear terrify me. 35. Then when I speak and not fear him, but it is not so with me. Chapter 10. My soul is weary of my life. I will leave my complaint upon myself. I will speak in bitterness of my soul, or cut off while I live. I will say unto God, do not condemn me. Show me wherefore thou contendest with me. Is it good unto thee that thou shouldest oppress, that thou shouldest despise the work of thine hands, and shine upon the counsel of the wicked? Hast thou eyes of flesh, or seest thou as man seeth? Are thy days as the days of man? Are thy years as man's days? That thou inquirest after mine iniquity, and searchest after my sin? Thou knowest that I am not wicked, and there is none that can deliver out of thine hand. Thine hands have made me, and fashioned me together round about, yet thou dost destroy me. 9. Remember, I beseech thee, that thou hast made me as the clay, and wilt thou bring me into dust again? Hast thou not poured me out as milk, and curdled me like cheese? Thou hast clothed me with the skin and flesh, and hast fenced me with bones and sinews. Thou hast granted me life and favor, and thy visitation hath preserved my spirit. And these things hast thou hid in thine heart. I know that this is with thee. If I sin, then thou markest me, and thou wilt not acquit me from mine iniquity. If I be wicked, woe unto me, and if I be righteous, yet will I not lift up my head. I am full of confusion. Therefore see thou mine affliction, for it is increaseth. Thou huntest me as a fierce lion, and again thou showest myself marvelous upon me. Thou renewest thy witnesses against me, and increaseth thine indignation upon me. Changes and war are against me. Changes and war are against me. Wherefore, then hast thou brought me forth out of the womb, or that I have given up the ghost, and no eye has seen me? I should have been as though I had not been. I should have been carried from the womb to the grave. Are not my days few? Cease then, and let me alone, and I may take comfort a little. Before I go, whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. Hang on a minute, I got to get ready to turn the page. This is really good, people. This is really good. 22, a land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. Chapter 11. Then answered Zophar, the Nathemite, and said, should not the multitude of words be answered, and should a man full of talk be justified? Should thy lies make men hold their peace, And when thou mockest, shall no man make thee ashamed? For thou hast said, My doctrine is pure, and I am clean in thine eyes. But oh, that God would speak and open his lips against thee, and that he should show thee the secrets of wisdom, that they are double to that which is. Know therefore that God exacteth of thee less than thine iniquity deserveth. Canst thou by searching find out God? Canst thou find out that the Almighty into perfection? It is high as heaven. What canst thou do? Deeper than hell? What canst thou know? The measure thereof is longer than the earth, and broader than the sea. If he cut off and shut up, or gather together, then who can hinder him, or make a change? For he knoweth vain men. He seeth wickedness also. Will not he then consider it? For vain men would be wise, though man be born like a wild ass's colt. If thou prepare thine heart, and stretch out thine hands toward him, if iniquity be in thine hand, put it far away, and let not wickedness dwell in thy tabernacles. For then shalt thou lift up thy face without spot. Yea, thou shalt be steadfast and shalt not fear. The top of the page says, Zophar, let God speak. 16, because thou shalt forget thy misery, and remember it as waters that pass away. And thine age shall be clearer than the noonday. Thou shalt shine forth, thou shalt be as the morning. And then shalt be secure, because there is hope. Yea, thou shalt dig about thee, and thou shalt take thy rest in safety. Also thou shalt lie down, and none shall make thee afraid. Yea, many shall make suit unto thee. But the eyes of the wicked shall fail, and they shall not escape. And their hope shall be as the giving up of the ghost, or a puff of breath. Chapter 12. And Job answered and said, No doubt, but ye are the people, and wisdom shall die with you. But I have understanding as well as you. I am not inferior to you. Yea, who knoweth not such things as these? I am as one mocked of his neighbor, who calleth upon God, and he answereth him. The just upright man is laughed to scorn. He that is ready to slip with his feet is as a lamp despised in the thought of him that is at ease. The tabernacles of robbers prosper, and they that provoke God are secure, into whose hand God bringeth abundantly. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord hath wrought this? God's strength and wisdom. Verse 10. In whose hand is the soul of every living thing, and breath of all mankind? Doth not the ear try words, and the mouth taste his meat? With the ancient is wisdom, and in length of days understanding. With him is wisdom and strength, he hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and then dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. He looseth the bonds of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthrown the mighty. He moveth away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the aged. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. He discovereth deep things out of the darkness, and bringeth out to light the shadow of death. He increaseth the nations, and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations, and straightening them again. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth, and causeth them to wander in a wilderness where there is no way. They grope in the dark without light, and he maketh them to stagger like a drunken man. Okay, chapter 13. Lo, mine eye hath seen all this, mine ear hath heard and understood it. What ye know, the same do I know also. I am not inferior unto you. Surely I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with God. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. Oh, that ye would altogether hold your peace, and it should be your wisdom. Hear now my reasoning, and hearken to the pleadings of my lips. Will ye speak wickedly for God, and talk deceitfully for him? Will you accept his person? Will you contend for God? Is it good that he should search you out, or as one man mocketh another, do you also mock him? He will surely reprove you if ye do secretly accept persons. Shall not his excellency make you afraid, and his dread fall upon you? Your remembrances are like unto ashes, your bodies to bodies of clay. Hold your peace, let me alone, that I may speak, and let come on me what will. Wherefore do I take my flesh in my teeth, and put my life in mine hand? Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain mine own ways before him. He also shall be my salvation, for as hypocrite shall not come before him. Hear diligently my speech and my declaration with your ears. Wow. Hang on a minute. I gotta get ready to turn the page. This is what all Job went through. Verse 18. Behold, now I have ordered my cause. I know that I shall be justified. Still in chapter 13. Who is he that plead with me? For now, if I hold my tongue, I shall give up the ghost. Only do not two things unto me. Then will I not hide myself from thee. Withdraw thine hand far from me, and let not thy dread make me afraid. Then call thou, and I will answer, or let me speak, and answer thou me. How many are mine iniquities and sins? Make me to know my transgression and my sin. Wherefore hidest thou thy face, and holdest me for thine enemy? Wilt thou break a leaf driven to and fro, and wilt thou pursue the dry stubble? For thou writest bitter things against me, and maketh me to possess the iniquities of my youth. Thou puttest my feet also in the stocks, and lookest narrowly unto all my paths. Thou settest a print upon the heels of my feet. And he, as a rotten thing, consumeth as a garment that is moth-eaten. I'm going to read chapter 14, and that'll be it for the night. Chapter 14. Man that is born of a woman is of few days and of full trouble. He cometh forth like a flower, and it is cut down. He fleeth also as a shadow, and continueth not. And doth thou open thine eyes upon such an one, and bringest me into judgment with thee? Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. And the top of the page says, make me know my sin. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds, that he cannot pass. Turn from him, and he may rest, till he shall accomplish as an hireling his day. For there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, and it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease. Though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stalk thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of water it will bud, and bring forth boughs like a plant. But man dieth and wasteth away, yea, man giveth up the ghost, and where is he? As the waters fail from the sea, and the flood decayeth and drieth up, so man lieth down and riseth not, till the heavens be no more. They shall not awake, nor be raised out of their sleep. O that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, and that thou wouldest keep me secret, until thy wrath be past. that thou wouldest appoint me a set time, and remember me. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thine hands. I gotta take a drink of water. So I gotta find out where I was now. I'm trying to remember where I was at. Verse 12. So man lieth down and riseth not till the heavens be no more. They shall not awake nor be raised out of their sleep. Oh, that thou wouldest hide me in the grave, and thou wouldest keep me secret until thy wrath be past, that thou wouldest appoint me a set time, and remember me. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Thou shalt call, and I will answer thee. Thou wilt have a desire to the work of thine hands. For now thou numberest my steps. Dost thou not watch over my sin? My transgression is sealed up in a bag, and thou sewest up mine iniquity. And surely the mountains falling cometh to naught, and the rock is removed out of his place. The waters wear the stones. Thou washest away the things which grow out of the dust of the earth, and thou destroyest the hope of man. Thou prevailest forever against him, and he passeth. Thou changest his countenance, and sendest him away. His sons come to honor, and he knoweth it not. And they are brought low, but he perceiveth it not of them. But his flesh upon him shall have pain, and his soul within him shall mourn. And the top of the page says, Eliphaz, unprofitable talk. Okay, that's the end of tonight's. Tomorrow night we'll read chapter 15 on. Chapter 15. Yeah, Job just thought that God just forgot about him. You know? It's sad. It's sad what all he went through. All the lies that were told to him. All the lies that were told to him. Because the devil wanted to do all he could to make Job curse God. To make Job curse God. But he never did. He never did. He was very upset, as one could imagine. You know, God, why would you let this happen to me? Why would you let this happen to me? What an awesome reading. What an awesome reading. Awesome reading. You know, sometimes, like I said, sometimes God puts us through tests and stuff to see how faithful we really are to him. And one cannot be weak. One cannot be weak who follows God, who follows the Lord. You know, he has to know that he can count on us no matter what. That he can count on us. He has to know that. Wow, wow, wow. Great reading. Sword of the Spirit. The sword of the Spirit. In spirit and in truth. In spirit and in truth. Spirit and in truth. Spirit and in truth. You know, we should all have the mentality of Job. The Job mentality. Hanging in there, no matter what comes. Hanging in there. Maybe getting discouraged and stuff. but hanging in there. The Job mentality. That just came to me. The Job mentality. He hung in there. He hung in there, people. My. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to start reading in the Old Testament, reading about the prophets. Ezekiel, Daniel, Jeremiah, the weeping prophet. So many more. So many more. Like I've said before, God had a lot to deal with. Back in the Old Testament, God had a lot to deal with. A lot of people, evil people he had to deal with. And I know that he didn't take joy in having to destroy some people. I know he didn't take pleasure in having to do any of that. I know that. But they wouldn't listen. They were all about themselves, wanting to do what they wanted to do. They wasn't going to listen. Like I said, what about the days now? You know. Again, it goes back to the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, Lot. Worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. A whole lot worse now. And like I said, his anger is building. He's very sorrowful, very, very sorrowful of what's going on this earth now. Very sorrowful. And again, his anger is building. His anger is building. You know, if he wanted to, he could blow his breath on this whole earth. He could blow his breath and just destroy every person if he wanted to. But he's holding it back. He's holding it back. He's a mighty God. He's a just God, but he's also a jealous God. He's a very loving and forgiving God. But yes, he can be wrathful. And I don't blame him one bit. I don't blame him one bit. I mean, my goodness, he's our creator. He's the one that created us. He created us. He's got the power to destroy. He's got the power to destroy. He sure does. Well, we're up to now 38, almost 38 minutes. I don't like to make these videos too awful long, but that was a mighty read. It was a mighty read tonight. So, yeah, get in the Old Testament and read about the old prophets. You know, Isaiah, Nehemiah, some of them. Read about them. Ezekiel, Daniel. Yes. So, well, I hope you guys had a blessed Sunday, I hope. And I hope that you have a blessed week, brand new week. And I'll be back on here again tomorrow night, starting with chapter 15 and reading a few more chapters. Remember, we have 42 chapters in Job, 42 chapters. So I'll be back tomorrow night, and this has been the hour of glory. A little bit shorter than an hour, a little bit shorter. But like I said, I wanted to get on here before I got too tired. You know, and I wanted to say too that Michael and Joyce went to the doctor today. They went to the walk-in clinic down there. And they both had the flu. Joyce's got the flu. Nothing else, just the flu. And her bumps weren't just a rash. So she has to take care of that. Otherwise, they're going to be all right. They're both going to be taking medicine. Michael is a lot better. He's better. She's gaining, you know, she's getting a little better, but Now she has the bumps to deal with. You know, and anybody at any age can get that. I had them back in 2005. I had them. And I felt pain, a weird tingling feeling in that area for about 2 or 3 years. And every once in a while, I get a sensation. And I know that nerves, stress can bring them on. Nerves and stress, viruses can bring them on. But I recommend, do not take the jab. Don't take the jab. Don't take any of the jabs. So, like I said, anybody can get them. Anybody can get them. I was in my early 50s when I come down with them. Well, I was just getting over a virus can cause it too. I had a viral infection. One of the people in our house had been sick with it. Went to the doctor. Well, then Joyce got it, and then I got it. So I was getting over that, and then those bumps appeared on me, and I thought they were just bed sores. I thought they were just bed sores from laying in bed from being sick. So I went to the doctor, and the nurse automatically looked at me, and she said, "Gloria, I know what they are. They're shingles." And I said, "Shingles?" Because I never did know what that was. I heard of it, but I never knew what it was. And so I had to take care of them. I had to have help taking care of them. I had to stay in bed, taking antibiotics, doctoring them 3 times a day. Yeah, and like I said, every so once in a while, I'll feel little tinges in that area. I'll feel little tinges. So nobody is exempt for getting shingles. Nobody is exempt from it. I had hoped that that wasn't what it was. So anyway, please keep them in your prayers, as I know you do. And they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. Jordan never caught it. Jordan never caught it. Thank God he never got sick. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do the Our Father and let you guys go for the night. This has been the Hour of Glory and the part 2 of the reading of Job. Part 2 of the reading of Job. So again, kisses and hugs to each and every one of you that will watch this. To all the replay viewers, God bless you all. Stay strong and stay in God's Word. Love one another, pray for one another, lift one another up, encourage one another. We all need encouragement sometimes. We all do. We all need encouragement. You know, we all need encouragement. So anyway, again, I love you. Keep that whole armor of God on, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation. Keep on the belt of truth, the boots of peace, the sword of the Spirit, and the shield of faith, to be able to come up against the wiles of the devil, because he roams about like a roaring lion, seeking to whom he can devour. Don't let it be you. Don't let it be you. Because the devil knows he has but a short time. Now, his days are getting shorter and shorter. So he's going to work even harder. He's going to work even harder. And most of us knows this. We are almost at the end. We are almost at the end. We are in the days of sorrows, like a woman in travail. The days of sorrows, birth pangs, the birth pangs. A lot of people say, well, we're not there yet. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We go by what the Bible says. Yes, we are. So again, be blessed and not stressed. I love you all to my next broadcast, which will be tomorrow night, unless I decide to do one in the morning and read my devotionals. I might go on and do my devotionals in the morning, maybe a couple of them. But Tomorrow night, we'll take up chapter 15 of Job. So, till then, as Red Skelton always said, thank you. Good night. May God bless you. Good night.